Afternoon. Thank you, mate.
Same again, please, guys. Show of hands. We'll take questions in English first, and then if there is anything surging towards the end, then we'll take that. It's up to you. Somewhere to start, please. Start with Jack at the bottom.
Hi, Kyle.
Hi, mate.
Have you had the captain's vote yet?
Yeah, the captain's vote has come in, and there's the 5 captains that have been, chosen, and we will lead the team for the foreseeable season and make sure that everyone's in check and fines are paid up.
You always tell us who the 5 is and in what order.
I don't think the order really matters, but it's down to myself, Kevin, Rodri, Ruben, and Bernardo Silva.
And will you? Obviously, you've had the armband for the season so far. Is that something you're continuing with?
Yeah, of course. It's something that I've been very honoured, and it's been a privilege to lead this group, this special group of players out, and I will continue to do that, and hopefully lead by example on and off the field to make sure that we collecting the trophies come the end of the season.
Okay.
Hi, Cal. After winning everything last season, the challenge, of course, is to go again.
Yeah.
Can you give us that's never been a problem here at City. You look at your record over the past for a long time.
Yeah.
What is there within this group of players, and maybe particularly within you, your mentality to go and do it again? Never seem to be satisfied.
I think first and foremost, it's our job. It's our job, and we're at a massive club for a reason because the manager believes in us, and we're all great players. Now, it comes from within that you have to keep going, and the hunger is still definitely in the changing room from us lads, and I should hope him as a manager as well, that he still wants to win more. You can see what he's like on the field, you can see what he's like on the training session, and he doesn't settle for second, and we need to follow in his footsteps because he's managed some great teams over the past number of years and that have gone on to win, fantastic things. So what we've done, it's in the past now. It's a new season. You draw a line, and like the manager did a diagram, I think it was the first game of the season, is we start at the bottom of the mountain again now, and we're climbing the mountain, and each time you have to put our stick or our flag will always be at the top of the mountain. It'll always be there because we've won the Champions League now, we've won the Premier League, but to go again and again, that's what separates good teams from great teams.
Benny?
Cal, the boss has just been talking about yourself as well, and the form that you've shown, praising you. Obviously, with Pep, you can always do better still. But at the same time, what level do you feel that you've reached so far this season? Is it as good a period in your career as you've had?
It's difficult to say if it's the best period I'm in because I go out each and every game wanting to perform at the best of my ability. I feel that the team's winning, which makes everything sound and seem great, but I'm playing good football. Obviously, I've hit a few milestones that I really wanted to tick off, especially the goal with England. I didn't want to be a player that's played a number of games and not scored for England, so to finally get my first goal was a big relief. But listen, it's about the team. Obviously, to take the plaudits from the manager is always nice to hear, but it's a team game that we're in, and as long as we put the 3 points on the board and keep putting in the performances that we have done, that will be more than happy for me.
The boss also made the point that winning the Champions League last season is just one Champions League. Other clubs have won more than one Champions League. So what's the pressure like to win multiple Champions League compared to the pressure to deliver that first Champions League title?
Well, the pressure to win multiple Champions League, if speaking to the wrong person, so I've only won one. Obviously, we've been very fortunate to bring Cover in that's won 4. So hopefully his experience in going again and going again, he can bring that to the table. Definitely this season with this Manchester City team. But it's exciting. It's something that we've done in the Premier League and retained the Premier League on numerous times, and we have to go and do that. But like I just said in the interview downstairs, you need a little bit of luck. You need to ride your luck. It's a competition of 13 games that things have to swing in your way. Even in the final, Eddie doesn't pull that save off at the very end. we could be going to penalties or extra time, and it could be a different outcome. So you need your luck in things, and hopefully we've got that this season again.
Right.
Hi, Carl. Congratulations on the new contract.
Thank you.
By the way,
Thank you.
We've obviously seen other players leave. Gundogan out of Barcelona, Riyad went to Saudi.
Yeah.
So why did you want to stay?
Why should I want to leave this great team? For me, it was just about the years. I'm 33 now, and I'm not 33 years old. I'm 33 years young because I still feel great. But it was just me settling in, and I didn't really want to sign another year to then have this conversation again next year. I wanted to be settled, not just for me but for my family as well. And I feel now I am settled. You're seeing the performances that I don't have it on the back of my mind, because it does play in your mind where you've got a little bit of uncertainty. I wanted to stay for this club as long as possible, because why do I leave a team that's gone and won 3 Premier Leagues in a row, a treble and a Champions League? If I leave, or if I left in the summer, I don't go and score the winning penalty at the Super Cup and lift that. So, it's working out so far, but it's still early days. Nothing's decided at this moment in time in the Premier League or in any other competition, and we need to make sure that, as we are, 9 times out of 10, they're into the later stages.
And there are some that will look at 33 years young and say a 3-year deal takes you to 36 and age and etc. How are you feeling? Better than you've ever felt?
No, I feel great. Obviously, the recovery does take a little bit longer now, and I'm spending more time in the ice bath, but it's down to what you have to do personally to look after yourself, to make sure that you're, fit and ready and willing to bang out the performances that, touch wood I have been doing, to make sure that you continue to be in the team and the manager puts the faith in you.
Martin?
Hi, Kyle.
Hi.
Pep said on Saturday that you must have good genes because you seem to be getting faster. Were you either your mum or dad, were they athletes at all? Were they fast?
My dad seems to think he was quick. He always used to race me till I was about 13 or 14, and then I beat him once and he stopped racing me since then. So, listen, I've been very blessed with the genetics that I've been given from my mum and dad, so thank you to them. But it's down to hard work as well. It's not just down to them. I do spend a lot of time in the gym and doing things where, people don't see. Putting in the hard graft and making sure that I'm able to, bang out the performances that I've been doing.
Just one more, Cal. A lot of people liked your Wolf of Wall Street video. Even the manager said he liked it. Was that your idea?
No, I'm not taking compliments for that. It was the media team at Man City, and obviously the social media people that look after mine, that came up with the idea, and it seems to have gone down a treat. So I'm happy I entertained you.
Kyle, have you reminisced about that night in Istanbul much when you went off on your holidays and stuff? Were you thinking about it a lot?
I don't think I actually thought about it until I probably arrived back into Manchester. I actually played golf the other day after the England-Scotland, and I went for a round at Loch Lomond, and a Manchester City fan came up to me and said, I'm here with a lot of Londoners, and they're from, they support Tottenham or Arsenal or Chelsea. And he said, I just want to say thank you. And until probably then, it didn't really set in just what we actually achieved. For someone who doesn't obviously know me, but just a supporter of the city, to then come up to me and say thank you, it kind of set in that, we're not doing it just for us, but we're doing it for, thousands and millions of people that support, this team, and, England as well, to represent this country. We're doing it proud.
Obviously signed a new contract. Is there a chance this could be your last club you could see the rest of your career out at Man City?
I hope so. I'm here until I'm 36, as you've just said. If they want to give me another one, then no problem. I'll quite happily sign, and they'll have to wheel me out of here, as they say. But I'm happy here. Why should I move? Why should I want to leave? Or why should I be thinking about the future? I've got to think about this season now and make sure that this is a positive season for me personally, and as also collectively, because we're in a team sport. And then when that time comes, hopefully, cheeky listening, you can give me another contract.
Fine.
Hi, Kyle. Just back to the captaincy. You said collect the fines. Is there any one of the 5 of you that's in charge of collecting all the fines, and what's the one that people have to pay up most for?
We don't do fines. Actually, if I'm being honest with you, if it's something stupid like you arriving 10 minutes late to a team meeting on game day or something like that, you're not really prepared or thinking about or got your mind on the game. So that'll probably just be a meal or something that will have to pay for either the staff or the players if we have the time to do that. But if there was anyone to collect the fines, I'll probably send Ruben. Ruben and Rodri can go, and I'll just hang in the background.
And Bernardo sort of joining the five-man group. He's the one that's been at the club a while now. Does it feel like he's more senior this season?
Yeah, I think Bernardo showed on the pitch just how important he is to this team, but also out of the pitch that, you know, you probably don't see as much. He has a really good relationship with the manager, so if we're wanting days off or anything like that, I'll be sending Bernardo in to ask for that.
Hi, Kyle. How did you come to terms with not being selected for the Champions League final? And is that feeling maybe another layer of fuel of motivation for what's ahead of you? No,
not being selected. I think, you know, I read a few things after that people were saying I was so disappointed. It's not my decision. It's not. It's down to the manager and how we was playing at that precise moment in that season. I feel that he could have picked a number of 16 of us to go and play, and we'd have still, you know, put in a good performance that had made, you know, him happy and also the club happy. He has to pick 11 players, and 11 players can only play on the pitch. You know, I was unfortunate not to make that, but I'm not in a solo sport, and I've said this before. You know, if I play tennis or golf and it's just me, myself and I, then, you know, I think about me. I think about the team, and he asked me to speak before the game, which I gave, you know, my speech, and, you know, we'll say fingers crossed that did work, and, you know, we got the job done that we needed to get done, which was to make sure that we got our hands on that, you know, that famous trophy.
Thank you, Jamie.
Just on the back of that, Kyle, did Pep explain to you the reason why, or is that not his style? He just posts the team and...
No, he pulled me the night before, and, you know, I think that's the relationship that me and him have. You know, he had a lot of managers wouldn't give you the explanation, but he did, and, you know, I have to say a massive thank you to him, because to probably find out when he normally names the team the morning of the game would have been a tough one, but I had time to sleep on it. Obviously, when you sleep, your emotions are different then. And then I could obviously give the speech if he would have done that on the day and then asked me to speak. I don't know, you know, if I'd have been too happy with that, just because I would have been disappointed, but you have to take yourself out of the equation and think of the team.
What was the reason?
The reason was for him to put the 11 on the field that he thought was best suited to win the game. And that's it. You know, I won't go too much into what he said, because we have the competition to compete again, but he felt that that was the team that he wanted to go and win, and I have to respect that.
All good. Thank you, guys.
Cheers, thank you guys. Safe travels home.